What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we've got some good news. We've got an update on arrival times for the pending agenda items from Congress. Now, I know what you're thinking, whether or not Congress is going to make good on their promises, we will see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but I'm going to get you caught up on the details. And these are the current pending agenda items. For those of you that follow me here on the channel, you already know stimulus, infrastructure, the debt ceiling, and the government shutdown. And this is your stimulus update and your infrastructure package update. Now, take a look, you guys. We're seeing articles coming out like this. Democratic leaders say House will take up infrastructure, social spending, or the stimulus bill plans soon. Now, don't worry. We're going to get more detail than just soon here. Let's take a look at the subtitle. Hoyer insists the legislation could be brought to the House floor within weeks. And I know within weeks is just a little bit better, but not a whole lot better. But we're going to get more details as we dive into these articles. Now, that covers infrastructure and stimulus. Now, take a look at this next article, you guys. Hoyer signals the House will vote on a bill to remove the debt limit threat altogether. That's right. As you know, they passed that stopgap funding bill to keep the debt ceiling increased, an additional measure to keep it for 2 months. We've heard Republicans said that they're not going to help them out again. And if we have a default, it could be catastrophic for our economy, not just our nation, but globally. What we're hearing is they want to remove this altogether so we're never in this situation again. And we have some arrival details in this article as well. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. And again, we will see if Congress is actually going to stick to these deadlines. Because as I've mentioned before, these are kind of arbitrary. If they don't hit these deadlines, there's no real consequences or repercussions. But December 3rd, when the debt ceiling comes to an end, that measure, that funding, then we're going to have some serious issues if these aren't addressed. So we're going to dive into the details, get you caught up on the latest. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, smash the like button if you appreciate the updates. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date on all this stuff, stimulus, Congress, economy, unemployment, infrastructure, everything going on, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. You can come join the viewing community, come join the RAM fam. I'll keep you up to speed on all this stuff. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm very accessible. It's easy to get a hold of me. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's by far the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions. Now, here on YouTube, there's a ton of comments, and we get scammers that go into the comments. They try to pose as me. They take my picture, they claim they're Steve Ram, and then they say, contact my assistant on WhatsApp. And then they ask for your personal information or for you to donate them money. You guys, that's not me, okay? I don't have an assistant, I don't have a WhatsApp, and I don't randomly ask you to donate me money in the comments, okay? I'm just here to get you caught up on the latest. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do that. Let's dive into these articles, get you caught up on the latest on stimulus, infrastructure, the debt ceiling, what the House is saying with the arrival that they have just confirmed as of today, October 17th, 2021. All right, you guys, so first up, a link in the description below to this article that just came out yesterday that reads, Democratic leaders say the House will take up infrastructure and social spending plans soon. Now, the article says that in a letter sent to colleagues over the weekend, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer insists that the House will work to pass portions of President Biden's agenda, including the infrastructure investments, the Jobs Act, and the Build Back Better Act, within the coming weeks. Now, this is pretty much confirmation, as we had heard before. Them say they wanted to get it done by October 31st, and we literally have 2 weeks, 14 days until October 31st, and they're saying they're going to get this done within this time period. Now, again, let me know your thoughts as to whether or not you think they're actually going to meet this deadline. Now, reading on, it says, with the short-term extension of surface transportation programs through October 31st, the House will aim to consider the Bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act and Build Back Better Act this work period. Hoyer wrote, noting that the discussions continue to move forward. Now, Hoyer also stated that the Democratic-controlled House will also work to pass other legislation as well. So not only this, but other legislation. And also, keep in mind, they've got to avert a government shutdown and the debt ceiling crisis. But they want to include Family Violence Prevention, Service Improvement Acts, and the Pump for Nursing Mothers Act, 2 bills which were marked up by the Education and Labor Committees. The House will also consider the Protect Older Job Applicants Act, this work period as well. Hoyer added in a letter saying the legislation met with the Education and Labor Committee's approval and is ready for floor action. Now, in regards to the debt ceiling crisis, listen to this, you guys. Criticizing Republicans over the debt crisis in America, House Majority Leader said, "It is imperative that the Senate Republicans get out of the way and allow an up or down vote to address the debt limit over the next 7 weeks." And as we know, right now there is put in place a 7-week stopgap till December 3rd, and they have got to address this. And we have heard Republicans said they're not going to help them out again. As you know, 11 Republicans, including Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, sided with the Democrats to help put in a stopgap to avoid a U.S. default, which we're hearing could be catastrophic. This has never happened before in U.S. history. We're hearing it could launch us into a recession, a depression, a global economic catastrophe. Now, we've had government shutdowns before, but never a default. Now, right after they helped them out, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer came out and scolded Republicans, saying that it was their fault that they were in that position right after they helped them. And Republicans were not happy. Even some fellow Democrats were visually upset with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's speech. And Republicans have come out and said, listen, we're not going to help you out again. So in the time that we have allotted you, you better get this debt ceiling crisis taken care of. Now, they're trying to see if they can get rid of this altogether to avoid this happening again. But if they do not, and if Republicans do not help them out again, the only way they're going to be able to pass this is to include a measure to increase the debt ceiling in the stimulus reconciliation bill, which means they've got to get this started up right away, because we've heard the delay for including this in the reconciliation bill could be an additional 3 to 6 weeks, and they have until December 3rd. So if they're going to do this, they need to start taking action right now. Now, reading on, according to Hoyer, the House will explore options to remove the threat of the debt limit poses over a long term as early as this month. So right now, over the next 2 weeks, Republicans have demonstrated a willingness to weaponize it for partisan purposes, Hoyer concluded, of the debt limit under the GOP's scrutiny. Now, earlier this month, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, along with 10 other Senate Republicans, as we mentioned, approved a short-term increase to the federal debt ceiling, ending a weeks-long standoff on Capitol Hill and likely averting a default that could have triggered a recession. So you guys, we're going to see if they're going to be able to get all of this taken care of before October 31st, and they're saying they're going to get it done. But let me know your thoughts. Are you confident Congress will get this taken care of, or is it going to take them a little bit longer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So that is the latest on confirmation of arrival promises coming out of Congress. But also, if you missed my previous videos, be sure to check them out, as we're hearing that they're wanting to cut out provisions. Currently on the chopping block is climate change issues, just coming out from Senator Joe Manchin saying he wants to cut those down. And that is really going to be impacting President Joe Biden this upcoming week as he has a global summit on climate change. Man, let me know your thoughts. Also, we're hearing them say they want to cut out stimulus provisions from the stimulus reconciliation bill as well. And Joe Manchin wants to take that $3.5 trillion price tag all the way down to $1.5 trillion. And they want to do all of this and get everything ready and passed in the next 2 weeks, you guys. So I'm expecting there's going to be a whole lot of information coming out on this. I will be sure to keep you up to date. And also, if you missed that other video, we heard from President Joe Biden confirmation that whatever doesn't get included in this stimulus reconciliation bill now, they want to make sure that they get it, and they're going to try to do so in the next stimulus reconciliation bill in 2022. That is right, you guys. There's going to be another one coming next year, and we will see what provisions don't make it in this one and get included in the next. And I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button. I would appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to stay up to date right away with all the news rolling out, turn on that notification bell. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I hope you have a blessed Sunday. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.